everybody. I wanted to give you a little help with Scratch now that we're starting our Scratch project. First of all, when you're in my classes, if you lose your password, email me. Don't start a new account. I've already had that happen. If you look, I have some students who have added some new accounts and they haven't shared their accounts with me in the form I sent. If you don't share your account with me in that form, I'm probably going to delete that account because it just clutters things up. But I do have, looks like 11 students in 5A and 10 students in 5B, so we've got about half of the students registered. Make sure if you know anybody who's still waiting to register, get them, encourage them to do it. When you get in there, get into the classroom, you're going to find a studio. You need to go in that studio. It's called Code Movement, and start making your projects, okay? And everybody in that studio will be able to access and explore and check out your project, give you feedback. All right, so how it works, how Scratch works is you click the Create button. And remember, we're just coding something, an object to move around. And so some of the things that I want you to see, let me get a pointer. The different coding buttons over here, such as motion, looks, sound, effects or events, controls, and sensing. You don't have to worry about sensing yet. I mean, when you get to be more advanced, then you want to use sensing and operators. Right now, we're only going to talk about events and motions because the goal for this is just to get something to move around and make something that people can interact with. Always start with an event. You can pick when the green flag is clicked, or when something on the space bar is clicked, or when the sprite is clicked. This little creature is called a sprite, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and start with when the space bar is clicked. And then you can change that to any of these, but whatever you change it to is going to have to be, you're going to have to explain it. So you can actually change it to any key on the keyboard. Now I'm going to have an event. I'm going to tell this thing to move, okay? And it's moving just a little bit. Every time I hit the spacebar, it moves, and you can change how it moves just by increasing the number of steps, so you can see it's moving. Get back over here. Okay. Now, that's just one thing. You can look at all these other things here, and you can also cause it to return. So you want to add some controls and play with these, you can. Looks are not that important right now, but when you get to more advanced modes, you'll want to. Okay, I want to show you the go to X, Y button. You see this number? It says 26 and -9. Watch how this number changes. Okay, now that same block is -9 and -55. And let's set this, if you look over here where it says sprite, you can change this to what happens if you change it to 0, 0. It puts it right in the middle of the screen. So this is the screen that you're going to be looking at when the program is running. You see I hit the space bar and it moves around. Okay. Alright, so let's get rid of these blocks. When you don't want a block, then you just drag it off to the side and throw it away. So now it'll go 200 steps, but it won't come back. We need to make it come back to a starting place. And so I'm going to have it come back to this corner, and it shows me that 163 is the X value, -163, -163, and then the Y value is 113, 113. So now we're going to start it over here. I'm going to hit the space bar, and it moved 200 spaces, but it looks like it just shot straight up. We know it moved straight. I'm going to show you another important thing, and that's called the wait button. Control. Here it is, wait. So I'm going to put a wait between these two, and we're going to change that to 10 seconds. And we're going to push this down here to start it down there. wait 10 long, excruciating seconds. And then what do you think is going to happen after those 10 seconds? It goes up there. Okay, so it's kind of popping around, but it's not looking like it's moving. There are ways to animate it. So to animate it, you have to get it to alternate between sprites. And what I'm going to ask you to do to figure out how to animate is go to tutorials. And in tutorials, you can learn how to make it fly, glide around, add a backdrop, add a sprite, all these good things. We'll show you how to do it. And they explain it way better than I can. There's music and games and all kinds of stuff, okay? So if you have any questions, remember the first job that we're doing, the first part of this project is just getting any sprite. It doesn't have to be the cat. It can be any sprite if you want to add a new sprite. Here's a ton of sprites just to get it to move, okay? And I want you to make it move forward, then up, and then get back and return it back to the starting place. All right, hope that helps. Thanks. Bye.